Welcome back to the Tavern. There comes a point in life where you stop saying, I've changed. And you start saying, well, I'm trying to sleep more and stretch occasionally. When you're young, you reinvent yourself every 6 months. New music, new beliefs, new identity, new personality. Then, somewhere along the line, you realize you're mostly the same idiot. Just with accumulated bug fixes and lower back pain. Maybe maturity isn't becoming a new person. Maybe it's just learning which flaws are features now. Tonight, in episode 525, Patch Update or New Person, we ask, are we still evolving, or are we just running maintenance updates until we die?
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open, you'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the Tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the Tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the Tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the Tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to the Tavern. I'm your host, Travis Sivart, here for a good time and hopefully a long time. We'll see how that works out. My vices tonight are a gin and tonic with maybe less gin than I'm insinuating. Just saying. I missed holding these glasses. Well, yeah, it's that and
you need
just
something big around in your hand.
and not quite as long as my hand is wide. Okay, yeah, I got a new Talk to the Tavern shirt. That's something else I could point at. I got it off Temu, because who can afford custom work nowadays? But yeah, Temu's got some stuff going on. And if I turned around and showed you that, you'd see something big and wide there, too. Wouldn't be my butt this time. It'd be the big logo on the back.
That.
The logo on the back is huge. What about you, Ed? What do you got?
What have I got? I got Woodford Reserve Madeira Cast. It's pretty good. And cheese.
Excellent. What kind of cheese is it?
It's just these little craft cheese stick thingies.
Have you tried like baking those inside a cored out baked potato or any of that stuff?
No, it's good just the way it is.
I think you offended him.
Yeah.
Why would I ruin it?
The potato or the cheese?
The cheese.
You don't like potatoes? What's wrong with you?
I like potatoes.
Oh, okay.
But I just put like whatever shredded cheese in a baked potato.
Cool.
Yeah. What you got, Andrea?
Oh, so I have my fancy wine glass because, you don't need special occasions. And I am going to be drinking some non-alcoholic wine, which is also known as juice. How about you, Kevin?
Wait, hold on. What vineyard is that juice from?
V8 Splash Fruit Medley.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
What year is that?
That's the 72, I believe.
With all the preserve. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't start laying down the V8 until 71. So. I am drinking sugar-free Sprite this evening and will occasionally be munching on a New Forest Cake Company lemon drizzle sponge.
Ooh.
He's going to pound that cake.
Lemon drizzle sponge.
Yes.
You make that sound so good. Okay, look, Andrea's like, don't forget the fucking opening toast. I told her to quit bothering me about that shit, but no.
I did not say anything. Did y'all hear anything? Jeez.
What are we talking about? This is the patch update, new person. New person, who dis? Hey, here's to reinventing yourself. Some of us never need to do it. The rest of you fucking assholes, get to work on that shit.
Shit.
Man.
Glass. Toast. Yeah. I'm here.
Tonic water. How do you
Damn,
Brits
it's
handle it?
I put lots of gin in it.
Apparently, I got the portions wrong backwards. It's so.
It's not tonic and gin.
Oh, that's
Clue was in the name.
that's a fair point. That's a fair point. So, with life, you go through life, and every once in a while, we could talk about this concept. You reinvent yourself, you remake yourself. Maybe it's just choosing a style you like for your hair or your clothing, or maybe it's just small tweaks along the way. I want to talk about personal growth and how different people do it, and how
Well,
often we've actually seen somebody become a brand new person. And also, does it change as we get older? And just, wherever the conversation goes from there.
well, I had some personal growth. I went from 174 pounds to 200 pounds, and I got brand new clothes because of it. Does that count?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm reinvented.
Okay, I was just giggling because I saw you looking down and you're like, I got growth.
Whereas we made the comment about choosing a style for your hair, and I just looked up and thought, I don't.
Well,
I chose the
It's
style.
tough.
It's mostly missing. That's the style I've gone for.
I know Ed has made a couple interesting hairstyle choices in his lifetime.
Oh yeah, Afro baby. That was me back in the day.
Yeah.
Ever
Nice.
since I got it cut off to go into service, I can't stand it ever since. It's just bugs me.
You got the same problem with your beard now, too, don't you?
And now it's leaving me. Yeah, because, well, you remember back in the day, I used to always have a goatee. But now when it grows in, it hurts. So I cut that shit off.
Now you know how the ladies feel when you're around.
Oh,
What?
well, damn. I
When
need
it
to be
grows
more
in, it hurt.
considerate.
Never mind. We're having our engineer cut that joke out. Move on.
Oh, no, we're not.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't have enough light here to read my damn notes. So have any of us ever completely like reinvented ourselves, like purposely went through our lives and changed who we are or how we do things or how we look? Any of you guys?
I wouldn't say I'd ever done it in a dramatic phase like that. No. I think it's a more gradual thing.
So never
I think it might.
purposely and focused to do it?
I mean, prove me wrong, and I'm sure there are odd exceptions to it, but I would suggest that if you see someone go through an all-encompassing life change like that, it's normally a trauma response of some kind.
Divorce.
Joining the
Yeah,
military.
classic example.
Mhm.
Yeah, and actually midlife crisis is often in response to kids moving out of the house and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
go get a toupee and a tweed jacket or some shit.
A
Is that
sports
what I was
car.
supposed to do?
You're going to
No.
look great with the toupee, Andrea.
I think he was referring specifically to me and the rule that all British gentlemen must wear a tweed jacket with leather patches on the elbow between the ages of 50 and 64. It's the law.
Well, yeah. Isn't that in the law books?
Absolutely. And Oxford's not brogues.
Yes.
Yeah, us Americans learned that from Kingsman, which was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
There are some good lines there. I particularly love the manners make us man sketch. Not for the fight scene, just because I love the fact that that's the thing that upsets him. That was a very British scene.
And of course, Sam Jackson speaking with a lisp and all that.
It's a great movie. So, how's some ways that you guys have kind of reinvented yourself or changed things? What's something you can mention?
Apparently, Tal can't reinvent herself because her kids won't move out.
That's actually a great point, though. And hey, Tal, the certain points in my life, there's definitely been, and again, I lean more towards what Kevin said. It's a gradual thing, but there are milestones that happen in life that demand transformation of some sort. when you get married, when you get a career instead of a job, including joining the military or something like that. You have to conform to certain standards and expectations, and it's easier to do it across the board as opposed to doing the Superman thing and changing your outfit in a phone booth before you enter the scene.
And taking off your glasses and look totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a shot. Who's the brother? He wasn't here before.
See?
It's not Black Adam.
No, his name is Ed. He's Black Ed. But yeah, there's been times, whether it's starting a new long-term relationship or moving in together. There's definitely been a bit of a reinvention there.
I don't know. I get where you're coming from, but when you move in with someone, do you really reinvent yourself, or you just hide the shit you don't think they're going to agree with until they've got too comfortable with the situation to object?
Wouldn't that be reinventing yourself?
I suppose so, yeah.
When Andrea and I moved in together, we waited long enough that we fucking knew each other. And, we're also old enough, we're like, fuck this. If you don't like us for who we are, good enough, have a good life. We're out.
Yeah, if not, I have my own place. We don't have to do this. It's fine.
It's kind of somewhat thanks to Ed. Where I whined to Ed once, like, I don't want to put my swords and stuff up on the wall, because if I bring a woman home, somebody might be nervous. And Ed went, if you bring a woman home and she's nervous, you got swords on your wall. You brought the wrong woman home.
Yeah, get another woman.
And then he met me and saw my place with my weapons on the wall.
Yeah. She didn't even have the upper body strength to bury the bodies, so yeah. Had to.
We don't talk about that.
It's going to be a very quiet show. Can we just talk about the skeletons in the closet then?
I mean, there weren't skeletons when they went in there, but
They're skeletons now.
Enough time. Yeah.
Kennedy said, my life changed from family man in a house of 4 to 3 to single and living alone. Sounds perfect now. Having kids changes lots of things.
yeah, it does.
It does. As well as... Go ahead, Kev.
And also the transition to being without them again as well.
Right.
Is quite that's a big one for a lot of people. And some people see it coming and some really don't. Because it's one of those things, you've been so used to having them around for, I would assume a minimum of sort of 17, 18 years at least, in most cases. And when they suddenly go out into the world on your own, you think, oh, it's going to be nice, I'll have some peace and quiet, but you're not prepared for how massive a transition that is, because it changes so many little facets of your life you've never thought about.
Kind of like when they start school for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big switch over. Well, if you could have the self-discipline to change now, reinvent yourself now, what would that look like?
If reinvent myself, change now, self-discipline, it has nothing to do with self-discipline. I'd have to win the fucking lottery. And I'm not really sure I would change myself. I would just be the person I want to be with money.
Okay. Because the money would remove obstacles and barriers to
You're damn right.
your personal freedom.
Yep.
Well,
I get away from people.
They say money doesn't buy happiness, but it does help.
What?
So I wouldn't say my life would change if I won the lottery because I don't play the lottery.
It doesn't buy happiness, but can remove a lot of the shit that makes you miserable.
Right.
Which is kind of the same thing.
No, it's, it's if you're miserable without money, you're going to be miserable with money. But if you're naturally happy, if money will remove the stressors in your life.
I'll be happier.
Right. It just removes the things that you have to worry about and be upset about. And, like that noisy neighbor, a little bit of money takes care of that problem. Because you can move.
You
Get a hitman.
Yeah.
No.
Not a hitman, a moving van.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I fuck that up every time.
No, so I could say when I want to say my midlife crisis, I'm like, I'm going to learn an instrument. So I picked up the bagpipes.
Yeah, you had it right.
The bagpipes.
The bad pipes versus the good pipes.
So, I mean, I wanted to do more stuff because the kids are out of the house. I was working and not having to pay for a kid, so more money, adult money. So, yes, I kind of reinvented myself. I have dolls, I have toys. You can see some of it back here.
That's
I
very
got my
true.
book.
Toys. Where's the other toys at?
Not in here. But
Not enough background shelves, Ed.
but yeah, so I guess I kind of the things I didn't have when I was younger or as a young parent. No.
Yeah.
So,
I've found a lot of times as we get older and we're reinventing ourselves for, in theory, the last major change we're probably going to do, because essentially at this point in time, Andrea and I, well, all of us are kind of, this is our life until we're done with life. Minor changes will happen. But a lot of us do go pick up some of those things from our teen years, our formative years that made us adults,
Yep.
whether it's favorite movies. Andrea's talking about the dolls. I went and got some of my favorite comic books, just 12 issues, not all 150 in the run or whatever,
Mhm.
or some of the favorite tabletop role-playing games that I played when I was a teenager. Look at that color assortment up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I do. I agree with that 100%. I mean, becoming an adult, working, having some money. I had the action figure collection that I could not have when I was a kid because I had money now.
mhm.
Speaking of money, Kennedy brings up the opposite point about money. He said money was a major source of stress and it impacted my marriage, as I think some of you know.
right,
Uh, yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's another thing too. Money is one of the biggest things that people fight about. And when you take it down to one income, you might be like, well, hell, it's less money. But you know your bills and you're handling yourself. You don't have a second person to juggle with, work with, lean on, take from you, or anything in between.
Your balance sheet doesn't rely on a committee vote.
Right. And it makes a big difference. So that's a great point too. So we already mentioned milestones. What I find when you hit a certain point, you're not doing the milestones of getting into a long-term relationship and moving in together, or kids, or a new career. I found, especially in after a certain age, your milestones are comforts.
yes,
It's
Absolutely.
yes.
upgrading. First of all, learning to wear decent fucking shoes. That's a goddamn milestone people don't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Boots to Birkenstocks, baby.
right. Right. Call me a lesbian, get me a Subaru. I'm gonna wear the goddamn Birkenstocks.
I got my Birkenstocks in my Subaru,
I
so
know you do.
call me a lesbian. I don't care.
It's and by the way, if you're not laughing at that joke, you're obviously not a lesbian because they're fucking rolling around right now. But the comfort milestones that we do, we'll buy instead of I was going to say car, but some people never get over that, toy car thing.
Mm,
When you're upgrading your house, you're not just upgrading it so you could look like whatever magazine that everybody else looks at. You're changing your living room because fuck company. You want it to look how you love it best.
Mhm.
And what other sort of things, what other comfort milestones can you guys think of?
Well, I don't have to go out, go to the clubs. I like to stay at home. And
is that an age thing? I
I don't know.
I've
I
been
was
this way
just
for a long time. I've always
'Cause
wanted my house to be my castle, my getaway from the world.
we were just talking about this in my 30s. I love to go out. I love to go
Mhm.
out, go dancing, partying, getting together with different people, and I don't mind having people in my home now because I like laughter in my home, good cheer in my home. But I don't want to go out no more. That is so far behind me now. I want to stay in the comfort of my home.
Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I think you were making me think of something you said earlier when you were talking about if you had the strength of will, what would you change about your life? And I was trying to think on the spot when you posed that question earlier, and the only answer I could come up with is nothing, because I'm quite comfortable now. And comfortable is far more important to me than change or conformity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Could I think of things about my life that could potentially be better than they are now? Probably, but nothing that immediately leaps off the page at me. Therefore, am I changing it just for the sake of change? Yeah, I think you get less, like exactly like you were saying about, you go more to sort of comfort drives. I think also just generally as you age, you just give less of a shit, and that's one of the things I enjoy about having grown older,
Mm.
and that can lead to life changes.
Get
Like
off my lawn.
I no longer dress because I give a shit about what anyone around me feels about what I'm wearing. I dress because I'm comfortable, or I like that particular jumper, or
Mhm.
whatever. Rather, I'm not making style or fashion choices anymore. I'm making comfort and personal choices.
Like adult diapers while watching TV so you don't have to get up.
Absolutely, yeah.
uh,
No,
no.
No,
no,
yeah. I just
no.
for Kevin.
There is a pause. Okay, you can pause.
Especially nowadays. Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, but you see, Andre and I, we have our house and we're laying it out for comfort, because we don't expect to have a large amount of money to move ever again. But
Mhm.
you're in a small apartment situation and perfectly happy, which I wanted to point this out not so much for any reason other than there are people out there listening who are like, yeah, but I'm not in your guy's situation. Well, neither is Kevin, but he's
No.
fucking happy with it.
Mhm.
And again, there's a good example there. I mean, you can see lots of ball here. It's not really indicative of someone who's necessarily decorated their environment. But for those of you that don't know, I live in where I work. And so I think in the back of my mind, I'm conscious that this is kind of a transitionary period. You guys are aware of this, even if the audience aren't, but I'm kind of marking off a few years now till my girlfriend's children, who are a little bit younger than me, have all left home, like mine have already done. Well done, kids, don't come back. And yeah, so although this is my home, it's not my. I know it's not my permanent home, so I'm not overly invested in making it perfect,
Mhm.
because there's part of my brain that knows that I'll only ever have to pack it away in boxes and move somewhere when that next life change
Right.
comes.
So why build it up?
Whereas although I've always been comfortable in smaller spaces and with my own company, I would decorate this area I'm in now differently if I thought I was going to be here longer than I planned to
Right.
be.
But you still have a few key things. We could even see some of them behind you that are very much you and what you have. But are you leaning
See,
more?
I can't spin the camera because, unlike Andrea, I do have all my sex toys on the wall. So
and we're live on
Yeah.
Twitch, so.
What
But
you got?
walls.
Kevin, do you find yourself?
I'll send you the catalog.
They're all based on his own molds that he made on himself.
Okay.
So, Kevin,
Impressive.
do you find yourself like a lot of people? They collect things. Whether it's their favorite collectible or furniture or cars or whatever they decide to collect. As Andre and I get older, well, hell, we're often this way throughout life, we collect experiences and memories.
Right.
Do you find yourself leaning more into that since you have a limited space and it's not, yours on a permanent basis?
I don't know if consciously I notice myself doing that. And I mean, I have a few things, sort of. It's not like I'm bereft of any kind of personal stuff,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think I've always been that way though. I had a conversation with someone yesterday actually, that's probably relevant to this, where we were talking about Brits on holiday and how it's not necessarily Brits. I'm only saying that because that's where I'm from, but
Sure.
it drives me mad. People who travel halfway around the globe, spend thousands of pounds. They've been saving for 6 months from their 9 to 5 or whatever, and they go for this mystical 10 days on the other side of the planet in a country they've never been to before, in a completely different climate, regime, experience, currency, whatever, and spend 8 out of 10 days sat by the pool reading the latest crime detective novel. Why? I'm the guy who wants to go out. I want to leave all my money behind and walk down the back streets. I want to go and investigate that shady looking cafe. I want to go and sit in the square and talk to locals over coffee. Why am I traveling halfway around the globe to not soak up
Right.
every ounce of experience I can? And that's what I taught my kids when they were growing up. Fuck what anyone tells you about not being able to afford it. Take out loans, do whatever you need to do, bollocks to it. There's time to be sensible later, but there isn't time to be a child. There isn't time to travel and do it with the freshness of youth.
Right.
When you're not quite so naive and bitter and cynical about life, which does impact the experiences like that. So I encourage them to do that, and I think they're better rounded people for it. So that's another good example of personal growth, is choosing not to be too insular about your experience of the world.
Ed?
I want to read a couple of comments going on here between Ralphie and Kennedy. Ralphie says, as you were saying, Kevin, whether it's a house or an apartment, it's my place. It jumped on me. Stop commenting, guys, so I can read. Whether it's a house or an apartment, it's my place. It's the environment I control that makes it comfortable for me.
Right.
And then Kennedy says, me also. I likely move for more room in a year or two. I would like a workshop or a craft room. That sounds great. And Ralphie responded, if you had to move, what would make the new place into a home? Is there a particular item or something that would do that for you?
It's a great question.
It's a good point.
Did you say a crack room?
That's what I heard.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Craft room.
It's actually a crack den or a craft room. An opium house.
And I have to say, I agree with them on the craft room. Travis, you may, I don't know. Did you ever see when I used to do a lot of military models?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and that was my thing for a long time. And when I got this place, there was just never any room because it was this person living with me, that person living with me, other. And now I have a craft room again. It's very exciting.
You do.
But another thing, Ralphie said, and this was very interesting. It may sound weird, but if anything, I would introduce more struggle to my life. I learned that through struggle, I find purpose. I fear that having money will make me less happy.
That's actually a lot of wisdom. And Kevin, I know you had something to add to this. I will pass it to you in a second. But I so want to comment on that. People don't realize, most people, some people do, it's the struggle that gives things value. And this is something, if I'm ever going to complain about the younger generation, it will be they didn't struggle enough. And we have taken away so much of their struggle trying to be a good human being, good parents, good society. And because of that, they have, not completely, but generally become entitled, and they will make a struggle out of anything because our species looks to overcome things. And if we don't have things to overcome, we invent illusionary things that we have to overcome.
Yeah.
Kevin, what were you going to say?
Sure.
Or Andrea?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies first.
Finish your thought on what you were saying.
I was just going to say, going back to that comment earlier about, yes, I do think that there are certain things, amongst all of your possessions, there's certain key things that once they're out and more importantly in the right place,
Hmm.
that they very much help to feel a new space start to feel like home. For me, I don't feel any spaces lived in. So literally, the first thing out of the box is the kettle, so I can have a cup of coffee, and the
Okay.
second thing will be a speaker because it's not a home until it's got music in it for me.
Mm.
And then a space that I'm in never truly feels like I've moved into it until there's at least one guitar out and several others lurking suspiciously close.
That's awesome.
Then it feels like a space that I'm in. Yeah? So yeah, I do think there can be quite a strong tie to specific objects in terms of
Absolutely.
these above others help me define what is my home.
Right. And what about you, Andrea? Any thoughts on this stuff?
On what makes a home, yeah,
Any of
wherever
it?
I am. Like, I've moved a lot, lived in some good places, not so good places, but I tried to make it as comfortable as I could with what I had. Well, when I had a kid, because I wanted it to be a good environment. So his room was always the last one to be packed and the first one unpacked. But then again, I wanted my kid to have more comfort than I had as a child, so maybe I should have let him struggle a little bit. But I did it more for me. So,
I got one more thing to hit on before we decide if we want to keep going or call it. As you get older, do you feel like this growth thing, this reinventing thing, or whatever it is, the tweaking, does it slow down? Or do we just take the sharp edges off it and do it more naturally? Ed?
I don't think it slows down. I think exactly what you said, because I don't really feel like, as I've gone through life, yes, I've made changes, I've done different things, but I've never looked at any of that as reinventing myself.
Right.
It's just making the change that need to be made to get through life. I won't even say to the next step or to the next level, just through life. And I don't really understand the reinventing myself. So what you're telling me when you say you're reinventing yourself is what you were doing didn't work out, so you need to do something different. That's all.
I feel like
mhm.
reinventing yourself, it's almost like, oh, it's New Year's, let me drop some resolutions. Gonna make a new me, new year, new me. And yeah, I've never been one to do that. And, there are changes you naturally make or sometimes are forced to make because, yeah, Kev.
I second what Ed was saying. I think you're right, Travis. It's not so much that change happens less often. It does become smoother, and the reason it becomes smoother ties into what I was saying earlier about is that you give less of a shit about everything. When you're younger and you're making something that might have a big impact on your life, you agonize over that decision. You look into 500 different permutations and how this might go, that might go. Am I making the right choice? You spend days worrying over it, and then you get older and you go, it's A or B. Fuck it, B. Move on. You've got bigger things to worry about or not worry about,
True.
depending on how you feel. It's the change still comes, but you don't stress yourself or get so involved in the process of changing.
Yeah. I've found as I get
And maybe,
older, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, maybe that's just part of the fact that by the time we get to a certain age, one way or another, we have all endured change, both planned and unpredicted.
Right.
And therefore, we're old friends with it by this point.
Right. Doesn't mean you want to welcome it in the house, but if it comes in, you're going to figure out how to work with it. But as I get older, when given a choice of A or B, it's easy enough for me to just pick one, and if it doesn't work out, change my mind. Because I realize, A, life is short, too short to fucking worry about that shit. On the other hand, life is long, too long to worry about that shit. I will change it later. So when people are like, well, 3 years is a long time. You got to do this for 3 years, or it's 3 years until you can do this. On one hand, it's going to go by in a blink of an eye. On the other hand, there's a lot of life to be lived in 3 years. So why not live life instead of worrying about that thing, you'll get to it. And when you get to it, you'll look and you'll go, that was 3 years? Wow.
Gone already.
Yeah.
9 months ago,
And
I
you
could
prob-
swear. Good.
You'll probably find after the 3 years, you get to the thing and you go, you know what? I'm not really interested in the thing anymore.
Yeah, but she won't leave.
3 years ago. Yeah.
No, not you. You got much more than 3 years with me.
Well, see, I wouldn't say reinventing, but talking about the New Year's resolutions, like I made goals for myself. And I it's not reinventing, it's just improving, I guess.
Mhm.
2.0, 3.0. Like I wanted to make more money, so I went and got education to make more money and better benefits. And I'm like, oh, I want to do something else because I don't want to do this job anymore. It's done great, but it's killing me. So I'm in school again to get that education, to get the next job and the benefits. That'll be my forever job.
So you can then be an electrical engineer.
That would be the first episode of All in the Family. George Jefferson's son said it to Meathead. Sorry, just remember that. I want to talk about what Andrea just said. Because we mentioned New Year's resolutions. She mentions goals. I think having goals for a year is much healthier than having a New Year's resolution. Having the goal to lose weight, it gives you a milestone or a finish line to cross. Having a resolution, it is a block slamming down right then. This is changing. Whereas a goal, you can
pressure.
Yeah, and it's so easy. It's all or nothing. Whereas a goal, you're working towards it, and you do get to work towards it instead of you got no choice. So maybe it's the same exact thing, but I feel like we approach them differently, and goals are healthier than resolutions.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset thing, isn't it? You know, if you set a resolution and then 6 months' time you haven't really made any progress towards it, you feel like I failed in my resolution.
Yeah.
If
Did you
set
say
a goal,
months or
and in
days?
Months.
If in the point I'm trying to make is if in the
He's
same
being
time
realistic.
period you look at a goal, you're just not moving towards the goal at the speed you'd hope. But as long as there's something happened, you know, you're not failing. You're just not progressing as fast as you'd hoped. Yeah,
right.
It's just a different mindset.
You know, I'm going to point this out for the next couple episodes, I think, because I'm stuck on it now. Earlier today, I realized between the four of us, we have 200 years of experience and tacking on to that and wisdom to share with everybody who hangs out in the tavern. It's where else can you get that 200 years of experience and wisdom for free? And you get to laugh about dumb shit. Yes, Kevin?
British museums.
Yeah, but you can't.
Well, not all of us have access to that, Kevin.
Most of it's not ours, by the way. But you can get 200 years worth of experience.
Yeah, but that's the one attendant is 200 years old, and you can't understand them through the dentures of the wrong size because they're still wood.
I had a wonderful conversation, not with yourselves, but with another American
Fuck
friend
you.
the other day. And, hear me out on this. They asked me for my address because there's someone who writes me the occasional old-fashioned letter by hand, and they contacted me to ask me for my new address because they haven't written me since I've been here. Shows how often we write. She said, "Oh, the New Forest." She said, "Where's the origin of that name?" And I said, "Oh, we call it the New Forest because we didn't plant it until the early 1500s."
Yeah, makes sense. It's you should see Kevin's new underwear.
What's underwear?
Anyhow.
Mine's been blessed by the Pope. It's fully holy.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up. We got some closing
We
closing
have some clothing,
thoughts, not
just
clothing.
not underwear.
Um, so about patch app updates versus, reinventing and becoming a new person. Ed, you got anything?
Well, I think we pretty much said it all. Don't worry about just do you. If you got to tuck, duck, and roll and get back up and try something different, do it and keep life easy and just live.
Andrea?
Patches all the time. I just call them goals.
Kevin?
I think you need to have the presence of mind to step out of your life every now and then and have a look at it so you can decide whether or not change is needed. But I think, yeah, we pretty much covered the fact that it'll happen throughout your life. You're just less concerned on an emotional level with it as you get older.
And I'll add as a closing thought that all of it, most of it happens organically, naturally. Some of it due to events in your life that you choose, others that you don't. But when it is drastic and trauma, remember to change towards the positive. It is our nature to overcompensate way too much when dealing with trauma, and that's fine. It's a protective reaction, but reevaluate it, and when you can, whether that's 3 months, 9 months, 2 years, at some point in time, look and make sure you didn't overcompensate and that you're missing out on things because of that. And that trauma could be anything from the end of a relationship to entering the military to truly horrible things that happen to people.
Yeah.
So just reevaluate, and what will get you through anything is a strong base of who you have around you. Okay, guys, here's to reinventing yourself. May it be a constant journey that brings joy and comfort.
Cheers.
Okay, thanks for joining us, guys. Make sure you catch us for the next episode, and come around to raise another glass with us for another round. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Cheers.
Bye.